Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I always say this every week, is usually one of my favorite videos I get to go make on my YouTube channel. Basically, we're going to go over all the best places to potentially go and buy your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or S all throughout this week. I'm going to go give you guys the rough times, what drops have actually happened before, what drops to kind of go and avoid, what drops would most likely be happening all throughout this week. Walk-in rumors, we'll also go and cover up some stuff with the UK, Canada, and all that good stuff, all the major retailers, side retailers, and all that good stuff as well. We have a lot of news we're going to go and cover. We should actually have some pretty good drops all throughout this week as well. So hopefully throughout this week from all the videos, either from this video or all the other various videos we upload throughout the week, you guys will hopefully go and get your consoles and get to go and enjoy them. So thank you guys all so much for clicking on the video itself. So definitely leave a like if you guys enjoy these videos or if you guys find it helpful or whatever. As well, if you guys are not subscribed, we are going to be giving away a PS5 that should be ending very, very soon. So make sure you guys get your subscription on in. That's all you guys have to do to be entered on in to win the giveaway itself. We just pick a random subscriber. He'll probably set up another giveaway right afterwards as well. Or make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on just for all the various videos we go and do for Sony news, Restock news, or all that good stuff as well. On top of that, too, we always have the Amazon links down below. If you guys want to go check and see for warehouse stuff or just normal drops in general, we'll go touch on that as well. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream. I always do recommend you guys go follow me up on Twitter, because if I do ever have an easy drop for me to go and send on out for you guys, I usually do go and tweet it on out. Or if you see like Amazon drops, other GameStop drops, etc. And usually for Twitch, if you just want to hang on out and play games, we don't usually do too much PS5 stuff there. We also do have the Weeble, which I always go and mention in my videos. You sign up for Weeble and you deposit $100. Don't even have to buy anything. You could just instantly sell all the free stocks you guys go get and make some free money. Maybe even do it throughout this video. And of course, also Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Let's actually go down this video itself. If you guys ever need to, we also have the timestamps down below. If you guys want to go hear more specific information, and you guys just go for it. Should be a pretty good video. So we have a lot of stuff to go and cover throughout this week. We have a lot of good potentials too as well. So let's go and actually start off with more of the bigger rumors. So the two major retailers we really want to be on the lookout for throughout this week is going to be both Walmart and Best Buy. And there is also a little bit of rumors floating around that Amazon might be dropping it sooner rather than later. That doesn't necessarily mean this week, but sometime soon. But we'll get to that throughout this video. So the number one, Best Buy. Like if Best Buy does not drop or restock all throughout this week, I don't know what to tell you guys. I truly don't. It's been a very long time since Best Buy has actually restocked any of the consoles. They did go do an Xbox restock not that long ago. Same with the GPUs, but I know a lot of my audience is more so on the PlayStation 5s. So when it comes to the PlayStation 5s, we've had confirmations that the Best Buy has had stock for a while. We do know they also have PlayStation 5 digitals in-house, also in warehouse too. And we also did go and see them be pretty active as well, all throughout all the consoles. So even as I do want to make this quick note too as well, just in case there is a random drop that happened either beforehand or actually like a little bit earlier throughout the day, don't mind me on that one, because usually these videos are usually very, very long, takes a long time to process and all that good stuff. So for the really rare case, in case I miss anything all throughout this video, don't mind me on that. But when it comes to Best Buy itself, we actually have seen them go and do drops before, even on Monday. As of recent, we've also seen them do various days all throughout just in general. We've seen weekends, we've seen Thursdays and Fridays and all that good stuff. So Best Buy's gonna be a major focus, and I'd probably say it's like an 85–90% chance of them dropping this week. Because as I mentioned, they have consoles, they have PlayStation 5 consoles, and they've been very active with all the other consoles as well. That's why we also do have Best Buy contacts that have also been confirming that there's been stock showing on up. We've also seen stuff. We've also saw the leaks before for Xbox Series X's, which actually didn't end up dropping as well. So right now we're basically just waiting for Best Buy whenever they do, or hopefully restock sooner rather than later. Typically, just based on previous trends, Best Buy has been restocking up on Fridays from any time from 9 a.m. EST to around maybe like 1 p.m. EST. Sometimes a little bit later, sometimes a little bit earlier. They usually do waves as well. So that's probably be the more expected date for them to go and drop up on this Friday. But based on how they basically were acting last week, they had restocks on Mondays and Wednesdays. So there's always a chance they may go and throw a completely different time schedule for us just to kind of throw us out for the loop. Because basically I feel like we're so used to a certain date. It's sometimes good for a retailer where we know, but also sometimes bad because then maybe scalpers and other big people also play on in with that. So just letting you guys know that this week, Best Buy is going to be a major big one to be on the lookout for, at least in my opinion, based on all the information we've had. You guys can also always go and ask Best Buy live chats if you guys would like, because typically they sometimes can give out some information beforehand. They'll always remember that live chats can sometimes be a little bit inconsistent. Now, the next major big one I want to be on the lookout for is going to be on Walmart. We have not had a Walmart restock in quite some time. We have seen a few secret links, and I'll touch on that very quickly. But basically, secret links are if you've ever had a canceled order from Walmart, live chat will actually go and give you a canceled link or a one-use restricted link. And then basically people have actually had a chance to get their consoles if they've ever had a canceled order from that. So you guys know that there is always a chance if you guys have had a canceled order to go message Walmart live chat and try to get that secret link that's a one-time link. But as well, we also did go and see some leaks, and we maybe want to try to get more information on this. So if I do see more stuff, I'll let you guys know. But we did also go and see a lot of dates from people using those restricted links a few days ago that Walmart actually had a 10th date. Like the expected actual delivery date is on the 10th. So that's not confirmed for anything out there as well. Like it's not 100% confirmed. And that would theoretically be next week. But it would make sense that maybe Walmart might have a plan to restock for this Thursday, which is their usual restock date. And it always, as always, could always go and change because they also did an Xbox restock, I think, on Tuesday last week. But basically, Thursday's been a major point where they keep on always focusing on. And as we've kind of mentioned before, we saw a big leak when it came to the 10th. If we see more information or get more employee information or retail information or whatever, we'll definitely let you guys know in a separate video. That's why I always tell you guys to go be subscribed with the notifications on. But that actually makes it look really likely because if it makes sense, we have the order up on the actual Thursday, which would be the 6th. And then that would also give them an entire weekend to go and send out the consoles and then maybe arrive like on the 10th, 11th, or 12th, give or take. We saw a lot of the 10th, 11th, 12th range from all the restricted stuff. So it would make a lot of sense that they maybe go do that throughout this week and have the time to go and allocate all that stuff on up. So those are definitely going to be the two major ones that I want you guys to be on the lookout for. Best Buy looks very, very likely. Walmart looks pretty likely, but that's just all like probably the best ones I can say. Amazon. We've had a lot of Amazon information when it comes to Amazon sending out all the stock they just had from the previous drops. They did actually have some pretty nice fulfillments that got actually sent on up from Amazon itself, so it's very, very good. But as well, we're actually somewhat maybe expecting up another Amazon drop sooner rather than later. Now, this kind of goes and relates back to a lot of the UK drops and other even places such as Amazon India, because as of recently, we've actually been seeing a lot of Amazon restocks happening all throughout the world. And typically that just kind of means that like, why would the American Amazon not get stock if all the other places were getting stock? So we've kind of been seeing a lot of big rumors with the UK Amazon, also India Amazon, as we mentioned, that actually did just go and drop. So it does look a little bit more on the likelihood that Amazon may drop sooner rather than later. Now, I would almost want to say I would not expect it this week. We do always have the Amazon links down below if you guys want to check for warehouse stuff or whatever. But I'd probably say probably not this week because they just finished up fulfilling up their previous drop stock. And it actually was up for quite some time. So there was a lot of consoles. But when it comes to restock stuff, it is kind of something we want to keep our eyes on because it has been at least a little bit since the last drop. But I'd probably say maybe more so will be more on the focus on it maybe from another week from now. As well, there always could be that off chance that maybe Sony goes and delivers more stock for Amazon in the near future. So letting you guys know that we are going to be watching that. We do have Amazon content employees. One of my high school friends actually works at the warehouse. So whenever I do see stock or stock moving or stock showing on up, I usually try my best to go give you guys the best information I can as fast as I can, or just whenever I actually get to see anything kind of good. Now, some of these in my channel especially are more so based on rumors or speculations or also just like little leaks. So always kind of remember that for the channel itself. So next major one I want to be on the touch on for is going to be on the Target. Now, Target did go and restock not that long ago, so I do think the likelihood of a normal Target drop happening this week is pretty low. We can maybe be on the lookout, though, in case we see more stock arriving, some more employee leaks arriving, or any of the sort. But I think overall, it was actually a very long time since the previous Target restock even happened. So, and just based on my expectations or my guesses, Target will probably be a little bit more on the drier side, at least for a little while. But the one nice side when it comes to Target is since we have so many employee contacts, we can usually try to get good information for you guys pretty quickly and pretty fastly. But the next major thing I think for that would be on Target walk-ins. Now, we'll maybe give you guys a better update throughout the week as we find more information. But with Target, basically, we actually have been seeing a few amounts of actual walk-ins happening. Now, they're usually very, very small amounts. We've covered them on a few different videos. But we do usually sometimes see right after a Target drop that sometimes people forget to pick up their orders. They forget to cancel their orders or the order itself got canceled. Sometimes banks themselves just go say like, hey, no dice, you're not getting your actual console, but it actually went through in their systems. Like really weird stuff like that. Sometimes people get double charged because they're spamming their card so hard, or they have like their their mom or their significant other helping. So every now and then they actually do have a few extra consoles. and we keep on seeing these little baby rumors of Target walk-ins happening. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is guaranteed or not. We have actually asked Target employees, and they're kind of like, yeah, this could happen. So we'll let you guys know more. So we saw a few throughout this weekend, and maybe more so after the 1 week holding period. This might be a nice indicator for people to go and check their local Target stores and see if there's extra stock. So even if there might not be a proper Target restock, like an online order in-store pickup, which we actually usually have for Best Buy as well, then at least they might actually have some walk-ins. So also, when it comes to Walmart, I forgot to mention, it's usually around 3 p.m. EST if they go do drops, and a little bit earlier for Xbox as well. Amazon's at pretty much any time. That's why I always tell you guys to check the links. As I mentioned, Best Buy is usually on Fridays, but these dates always could go and change. Target usually does like Wednesdays, Thursdays, and if anything, I think the Wednesday, Thursday would be the major date if there is any potential walk-in news. GameStop. Now, GameStop actually did go and actually have a drop not that long ago as well. They have been fulfilling all that stock, and most of that is sorted and accounted for. I would probably go give maybe like a 30-40% chance for GameStop restocking throughout this week. I can see it. If I think they do a restock, I'd probably imagine that would be a little bit more on the smaller side, just because a lot of the stock has been a little bit more on the smaller for all these major areas. So I'd probably say we could still be on the lookout for GameStop. We usually do get to go and see a warning email a few hours ahead, like maybe an hour, hour and a half or so. So that's why I would say you guys go follow me up on Twitter if you guys want, because I usually try my best to go and tweet out the drops if we see those. I'm not always on Twitter. I'm not the best Twitch person for when it comes to drops, but I try my best if I see them. They're kind of easy. But when it comes to GameStop, I'd probably say it depends. I think they may go skip this week, or if they do a drop, it'll be a little bit more on the drier side. Maybe mention that too. Maybe I mentioned it earlier on today too as well, but I do kind of think that GameStop is like less likely, probably more so still, as I mentioned, maybe Best Buy and probably Walmart for this. But they might do it. The Best Buy has actually done a few like very actually consistent drops, and I can go and vouch that Best Buy has been very, very on point when it comes to most of the previous drops, and also GameStop's been very on point as well. But more so, we kind of just want bigger stocks. That's actually another big note I want to go mention, is that China as well, and same with the UK and India, are actually getting really big restock waves all throughout this week and throughout the next week. I think China's on the 15th. So just on the very rare case, we have a little bit more of a drier 2 weeks or so. Don't worry about that. If anything, we'll probably go and have a chance to build up better stock all throughout this week. And then we can kind of go from there. And basically, whenever China's all taken care of and all the UK restocks happen, then we can have more of the focus on America again. Because we've actually had a lot of consoles overall. So just letting you guys know and remind you guys up on that. So that's pretty much it for all the major big boys when it comes to all that stuff. I'm going to try my best to keep you guys the best up to date for walk-in stuff, all those big boys, retailers or whatever, the best we can. But like I kind of said, that's kind of like the major ones we're going to look out for. Some other things, though, that have been very, very consistent. Sam's Club. We've been saying this for a long time. We've been waiting for Sam's Club. It's like a subsidiary of Walmart to go and restock the PS5. They also could potentially do an Xbox Series X restock. And as I always mention, like Target does all the consoles, PS5s and Xbox. Best Buy usually does both as well. So does Walmart on top of that. And so does GameStop. So all those big retailers are usually on both. But when it comes to Sam's Club, we've seen them mess around with the API. It's been a very long time since they've restocked. And usually Walmart gets more of the bigger stock anyway. And Walmart's been a little bit more on the drier side. So I'd probably go and say Sam's Club looks very, very likely throughout these next few week or so. So definitely make sure you guys are watching Sam's Club, or if you guys have a subscription already for them, very, very good. Be on top of them. They usually do bundles, a little bit more expensive, and they do usually drop more so at night as well. So probably anytime past maybe like say 6 to maybe like 2 a.m. in the morning. They do a lot more of those late night restocks. Just be always aware and conscious of them, because it probably looks very likely for this week. Costco. I would actually probably say they're more so likely to do an Xbox bundle for Costco, but they could also do a PlayStation 5 soon. They usually do like to do earlier in the day restock. So unless it somehow randomly happened throughout today, be on the lookout for Costco throughout this week. They're usually pretty consistent. In the last PS5 restock they did, it was very, very small stock, and it also kind of looked like it was maybe more so on the canceled orders. So Costco's usually pretty good. We do like Costco, and they usually have pretty okay bundles. Same with Sam's Club. They're a little bit expensive, but what can you do? As well, we also did see a lot of Sam's Club actual updates throughout this week. We did maybe go and see the potential for future walk-ins for Sam's Club maybe being around the July time, which is actually closer than you guys think, because it is really only May. It'll be 2 months away. So letting you guys know, we did see updates as well on Twitter that Sam's Club is going to be restocking eventually soon. We also do know they have online stock, and there's also with the walk-in stuff. We'll try our best to keep you guys as updated as we can. Another big online retailer is always going to be on the Anton line. They did go do a PS5 restock on Friday, around 10 days ago or so. So it is somewhat likely that they'll do an Xbox Series X for a PS5 restock throughout this week. They also usually do a little bit more on the earlier time zone as well. So anytime before, like, say, 3 p.m. or so. It sometimes varies for all these places, but that's usually the rough time zones. So all those bundles are a little bit more on the expensive side, but at least you do get to have it. Typically, they also go and ship on out the consoles very, very fast and quick, and you don't have to wait too long. We also kind of see that from GameStop and Walmart and all these other places that they actually are more so only selling stock they have. So it may be slightly smaller stock, but it is always very nice that it is mostly confirmed stock that you guys will be able to go get throughout that same week whenever you get your orders. We saw in the past that sometimes Walmart was sending out stock like a month in advance, which is never what you want to go and see. Some other place I always want to go talk about too is Newegg. Newegg's been my #1 biggest place. I always mention up on the dailies. They do a thing where it's like a shuffle, kind of similar like the PS Trek, which we can touch on here for a second. But basically, we also have the Newegg where you have a chance to go buy a bunch of GPUs, CPUs, etc. It's very, very good. I think on this last week, they had like consoles like 3 out of the 5 days. So if you guys want to get a PlayStation 5 by itself, sometimes the bundles are a little bit cheap. And as well as also sometimes they just even have normal individual consoles, or they sometimes get listed on the Newegg website. It's very, very good, and I do highly recommend always be on the lookout for the Newegg shuffles. As well, as we mentioned right there for the PS Directs, usually the PS Directs, we'll have to see. They sometimes usually set the pace a lot, but when it comes to the PS Directs themselves, we did not see it, not a single one last week. PS Directs are usually where you guys go and buy the consoles directly from Sony. Usually very good. It's like a little bit of a raffle system. I usually tweet out or also go and put a community post in the channel to make sure you guys either are subscribed or have the Twitter notifications on, either or. But when it comes to that, we usually do go and see them happen quite often. And as of now, we sometimes go get early updates where they'll go and have an early access link to anyone out there that gets it, that signed up for the promotions from Sony. And then we sometimes actually have a little bit of a heads up. So if you guys ever see a video that's like Sony is selling consoles, 100% watch that one. I try my best to give you guys the good info if we see it. But they were a little bit dry last week, so we can maybe see if they will go have more restocks all throughout this week. That's usually from any time around 1 to 5 p.m., give or take. As well, we actually did see a lot of Xbox restocks. We also did see the Xbox, like basically the PS Direct, but for Xbox Direct from Microsoft. We actually saw that restocked like 4 times throughout these past few weeks. So if you guys are still trying to get your Xbox Series X's, definitely be on the lookout for that if you guys can go and see them. As well, it's also been a little bit of time since the last Xbox Series X and S restock, so always be on the lookout for that up on Amazon, just so you guys are always looking for that. And as well, we also have a few other walk-in things when it comes to the PS5 consoles. We have the military website. If any of you guys are in military, make sure you guys either check your local naval base, your local Navy exchanges, or all that good stuff, because they actually usually do have the consoles, and we've seen a lot of rumors with it, where they sometimes do go and show one up for, you basically buy them for $500 flat, no tax, which is always very, very nice to go and see if you guys are on military. And also the websites also sometimes do go and restock as well. We've had a little bit of a backlog order, though, when it comes to them, where they've been holding on to stock. So it may not be the best one for this week until they go and fix up their stock. And then last, we also have the walk-ins for America. Myers, we keep on watching Myers. We have actually heard some rumors that some stock has actually shown on up from employees, etc. So there might be a Myers walk-in sometime happening in the very, very near future. Or if you guys are lucky, they sometimes do put their stock out on the shelves. Or if you ask very nicely for an employee, sometimes they will go and give you some good information, hook you guys on up. We also have been seeing a lot of Xbox Series S's in stores at Myers. So if you guys want to try to get some walk-ins or try to get some consoles there, we keep on seeing them pretty actively in stock, which is also a very nice sign when it comes to the PS5s, as well as also with all the other good stuff. It's always nice to see walk-ins, so we don't have to go be, spend all the time on Twitter or on any website refreshing. So it's always good news on that. Fred Meyer's and Kroger's, we also still have been hearing rumors that they've been sitting on stock for a while. We haven't seen anything, but we might see a proper restock with them sometime soon. I will 100% let you guys know if I see anything good on that. And of course, also as well, BJ's did seemingly have a few Xbox Series X's in stock and also did some online website restocks. So at least be on the lookout for them. They also have done PlayStation 5 walk-in restocks before. So it's always very nice to be aware of them in case they actually do more stuff in the future. As always, whenever I see this stuff, I see them on Twitter, people tweet at me, we have employees message me or whatever, I just try my best to let you guys know ASAP. We also have seen a few little restocks come on for PC Richards every now and then. And also, we've been trying to follow this HEB rumors for like a month, but we still have not seen anything for the people down in the South. So that's pretty much it for all the stuff up in America. We have a few little sporadic things that may happen, such as like Kohl's or Urban Outfitters, or a few little like smaller retailers that sometimes do restock. But I think those are all the major ones and all the dates and times we'd recommend. So letting you guys know up on that. Though a lot of those also are pertaining to the Xbox Series X and S as well. Now, UK news. Depending on when you guys watch this, the UK apparently has a lot of restocks going on throughout this week, and that's also why the American restocks might be a little bit more on the smaller side, possibly. But we see almost every major big retailer like Argos and Game and Amazon expected to be actually have a really big restock all throughout this week with the UK. So just be expected on that. If you guys are in the UK, we're seeing a lot of big stock. That's usually really good news for American restocks, Canadian restocks, etc. Because whenever one region gets all their stock, that means other regions can get the next wave of stocks, or as well, sometimes just everyone gets stock afterwards. We also, as I mentioned earlier on today, also have China that is getting their big restock that happened on the 15th. So just in case the restocks are a little bit more on the slower side, China might be getting a little bit of the consoles mixed on in. So don't worry too much. I'm sure we're still going to be getting restocks, but just in case. Also, India is also expected to get their first restock waves. We did go and see India, Amazon going to restock. So we'll kind of go and see if there's any other locations and stuff going to restock. We do know that India actually does have stock available inside their actual country itself. So it's just more of a matter of when rather than if. So at least if you guys are Indian, be on the lookout for that. Canada news, I think we actually have seen a little bit more of the pre-drop rumors for Canada. So Canada hopefully should also have a really good week. So I'm okay if America has a drier week or this next week, as long as all these other places get a really good restock and all of you guys get your consoles in the other regions. And then hopefully America can maybe have an extra like 2 or 3 weeks to go build up stock from Sony and produce up a lot of consoles. So that's pretty much about it throughout this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys made it through the entire video, please go leave a like. Any ads you guys saw go towards my mom as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, or just be subscribed for in general for the PS5 giveaway. We always have the Amazon links down below for warehouse sales or whatever, canceled orders, or just another restock happening eventually. The Twitter and Twitch stream, definitely go and follow both. Link down below. The Weeble, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. And you can just instantly just go and sell it. And of course, Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Thank you guys all so much for existing, so much for watching. You guys are all beautiful and fantastic. And I'll see you guys up on the next video. And I'll try our best to get you guys a console with a lot of really good Sony news all throughout this week. Love you guys all a lot. And you guys are all amazing. And I'll see you guys all throughout this week a lot.